Welcome to the Empower Her Entrepreneur Podcast with Janice Boudreau, the ultimate destination for fearless women business owners ready to conquer their next level of success. Get ready to ignite your entrepreneurial spirit as we dive deep into all things related to building your empire, setting ambitious goals, and scaling your business to new heights. This podcast is your go-to resource for empowerment and encouragement. Tune in every week as we inspire, motivate, and empower you to embrace your full potential as a woman entrepreneur. Welcome back to Empower Her Entrepreneur, everybody. I'm your host, Janice Boudreau, and today we're diving into a question that every foot care nurse faces sooner or later. Should I stay mobile, open a clinic, or maybe do a bit of both? All of you out there are all at different aspects of your foot care nursing business. You may be listening and happen to be much further along. Maybe you're a new nurse starting out, but there's always something that you can take from this. So, should I stay mobile, open a clinic, or maybe do a bit of both? There's really no one size fits all answer, because each model has unique benefits, challenges, and definitely lifestyle fits. So in this episode, we'll break down what it really looks like to run a mobile practice, a clinic-based practice, and even a hybrid model, which is what I have. So you can make the best decision for your goals, your clients, and of course, your sanity. The mobile model. Let's start with the mobile model, probably the most common starting point for foot care nurses launching their own businesses. Mobility gives you flexibility and low overhead, which is really key. You bring care directly to your clients and for seniors, homebound patients, or those with transportation barriers, and that's a huge advantage. You're not waiting for clients to come to you. You're bringing your expertise to them. And as you know, with a growing, market of individuals that are the baby boomers, there's a huge market for this. Absolutely. And also, I'll be honest, I am 40. Lord, I think I did just turn 49. I use a lot of home services because I don't like to park. I don't like to leave my house. If I can get anybody to come to my house and do anything for me, I am doing it. It's online or it's delivered or come to me. I love it. So the pros, why mobile works: low startup costs. You don't need to sign a lease or furnish a clinic. All you really need is your sterilized instruments, infection control setup, mobile kit, and reliable transportation. And you know what? Personalized care. Visiting someone in their home builds deep trust. Clients feel comfortable, cared for, and valued. Another pro is community connection. Mobile services make you part of your community's ecosystem. You become the go-to nurse who supports long-term care homes, retirement residences, and local agencies. And that's not just good for your heart, it's totally good for your business. Okay, the cons, the reality check of it all. Of course, mobility has its trade-offs. Travel time eats into your income. Even a 15-minute drive between clients adds up. You know what? I should almost do a whole class or a whole podcast on that, because if you are really good at scheduling, or your admin is, you can really make sure you're in certain areas. So there are fixes to some of these. But anyway, 2 is limited client volume. Sometimes because of travel, you may only see 4 to 6 clients per day, depending on the travel distances. However, I want to say, I'm giving it always a however, because you can usually our mobile home visits are at an increased cost. So while we take the same time to do the care, we have to set up and we have to drive there. So that's included in the cost. And there are some benefits. Let's be honest, you get a couple. So if you're booking them for 2 hours, you can usually do it in about an hour and a half. So there are some client volume benefits. Okay, 3, reality check physical demands. Lifting, bending, and carrying your supplies in and out of homes can be really tiring, especially over time. So having the correct bag and, oh, you know what? I remember keep all of my tools in the trunk in sealed containers. And then I'd have a smaller treatment bag that went in. And I would literally just take from, it's almost like stock. I'd pop the trunk, I'd pull my stock for what I needed for the client. Burrs are easy to carry, and sometimes you don't know which one you're going to use. You can keep a lot in your trunk. But another suggestion about that is, yes, I'd have all my sets. I mean, I'm not going to carry in 15 sets when I need one. That's just an idea. And let's not forget about weather. Storms and rain. They don't care that you have 6 appointments lined up. And it can make for a hectic rest of your week when you've still got to see your clients, so they get moved. I've been doing it, but here's some pro tips to work smarter, not harder. If you're mobile, think like a logistics manager. Use route mapping apps like Google My Maps or Road Trippers to plan efficient routes. Group clients by neighborhood or facility. You know what? Set clear travel boundaries. For example, a 25-kilometer radius from your base. Protect your time, your fuel budget, and your energy, and bill accordingly. But if you love autonomy, variety, and connecting one-on-one with clients, a mobile practice might be your perfect fit. It's intimate, flexible, and incredibly rewarding, but you'll need to master time management to keep this sustainable. Number 2, let's switch it over now. Let's talk about the clinic model. A setup that offers structure, growth potential, and long-term scalability. This model gives you a dedicated professional space that clients come to, which can feel more established and efficient once you're ready for the next stage of business growth. The pros on this, why clinics shine. Number 1, predictable environment. You control your workspace, lighting, and setup. No more carrying equipment or adapting to awkward home conditions. 2, of course, team potential, which is also passive income. You can eventually hire admin support, other nurses, or assistants, freeing you from wearing every hat. And number 3, retail and add-on services. A clinic allows you to sell products like cream, socks, or orthopedic shoes, offloading devices, adding passive income streams. I'm going to do a side note here. You know what though? For home visits, I was still able to sell diabetic socks, compression socks, and I used to keep a small container in my trunk of, I was a Footlogix girl and a Gay-Wall girl, and I just keep a few products in there, and then I would have printed out sheets plaster size to show my clients or leave them with pamphlets. So I think you can do a little bit of that. Okay, back on track, back up. So having a fixed location also builds brand visibility. Your signage, Google My Business profile, and local presence all increase credibility. Now the cons, the realities of overhead. Every coin has 2 sides. With clinics come higher costs. Rent, utilities, insurance, and cleaning add up fast. Marketing needs. You'll need to actively promote your location to keep the schedule full. And that's hard to do. You're really, really pressured to have clients. It reduces flexibility. You can't just take off midday or see clients outside hours as easily. So, is clinic life for you? Clinic ownership is for nurses who want structure, growth, and a brand footprint. If you like planning, training others, or envision a team environment, a clinic can elevate your business and your income ceiling. But if freedom and flexibility are your priorities, you might find clinic life a bit restrictive. Here's a hybrid tip. You don't have to choose just one, and this is what I did. I want to say I started off, I always say it, with my foot bag in my trunk, and I was completely mobile. And then I transitioned. I want to say I transitioned about 8 months later. And I live in a small town and I live on the main road. So I was very lucky, believe it or not, 14 years ago, I opened up a clinic in the front of my home. You'd walk through the front door and I had a clinic space there, and I was allowed to for commercial usage. Everyone, please look into your own town or city. I was so very fortunate. So guess what? I built up a full client load and had no overhead. So 1 year later, I'm actually getting a clinic in a commercial location. So that's how that transition went for me. I just wanted to tell everybody that because I was very careful. I was very cautious to jump into a clinic. But many successful, foot care entrepreneurs start mobile, build a client base, and then open a small clinic once demand outgrows their car. A hybrid model can offer the best of both worlds. Use clinic days for local clients, reserve mobile days for facility contracts or higher needs clients. And also, tip of the day, don't try to split between the two. Like if it's Mondays or office days and Wednesdays and Fridays, and then Tuesday, Thursdays home visit, it really is a good model to do it that way. This balance creates steady income and community outreach, and it's without burning out. Now that we've covered the pros and cons, let's talk about what really drives your decision. Money and lifestyle. So that's financial and your lifestyle factors. At the end of your day, your setup has to serve you, not the other way around. So ask yourself a few key questions here. How many clients can I realistically see in a day? How much time do I want for admin, education, or family? Do I want to expand? Maybe hire staff, train others, or add retail products? Now let's think deeper. Let's look at the simple comparison. I'm going to give you a list kind of categories and then mobile clinic. Startup costs for mobile could be $2,000 to $5,000. I know we do franchising with everything included for $6,000 plus 9% royalty fees. That's a great deal. It's mobile or clinic. But clinic on your own can be $10,000 to $30,000 plus. Your monthly expenses are low, very low, except for fuel for mobile. For clinic, you're looking at higher rent, utilities, and insurance. Earning potential. Mobile, moderate, it's solo work. Clinic, it's higher, scalable, can hire a team. Flexibility, mobile, high. Clinic, well, it's moderate. Community visibility. Mobile, it's built through outreach, and clinic, it's built through location. Here's some financial insight. Mobile care gives you a quick return on investment because your setup costs are minimal. But your income may plateau unless you expand. For example, by contracting with retirement homes or hiring associate nurses. And that can be done mobily too. If you really want to stick mobile, you can still hire another mobile nurse contracted out to join you. But a clinic requires more upfront investment, but opens doors to multiple income streams from additional staff to retail and anything else you want to offer. Lifestyle fit, think about how you want your work days to feel. If you love driving, being out in the community, and working independently, mobile might be ideal. If you crave stability, structure, and growth, clinic life might be your match. If you want both freedom and foundation, the hybrid model gives you that balance. There's no real wrong choice. The only one that fits your goals, your energy, and your season of life is what you're going to do. I've seen nurses build fulfilling, profitable careers in both models, and the happiest ones are those who chose based on their strengths, not someone else's path. When you're mobile or your clinic base or somewhere in between, the right setup is the one that supports your lifestyle and your clients. Remember, your business should give you freedom, not take it away. If today's episode got you thinking, I'd love for you to jot down your top 3 priorities in flexibility, income, or growth, and see which model aligns best. And don't forget to hop on next week's episode where we actually talk about a powerful option for scaling your success, and that's franchising with us. Until then, keep caring, keep growing, and keep empowering yourself one step at a time, everyone. Cheers.